Good afternoon, race fans. Racing 393. Long time no speak. We're going to be here for a quick race in Project Cars 2. As you can see here, I'm just going to push the. Well, no, I'm not. Push the correct button. It might help, mightn't it? So we're here. We're going around Road America. I think it's Road America. It's either that or Road Atlanta. Road America, I think. And we're in the Group C class, and I'm in a Nissan. I should really have got the details of this car first, but anyway, it's a Nissan GTP, and you can see here I'm going around in my qualifying lap, so I might as well let this run for a bit. We're recording on the Xbox. And the way it's picking up sound is via the microphone, the Snowball microphone I have. It's not picking it up through the game capture, so I'm kind of having to speak over the noise of the car. Now, what I have done with Project Cars 2 recently is gone a completely different route. And I'll explain that after my lap. So you can also, if you listen to this, heel and towing is absolutely the only way round in these vehicles. Something I have been practicing a lot. As I may have mentioned in previous recordings, I don't profess to be any good at it, but I am better at it. So that was my qualifying lap, which we'll go there. We'll go back now. We can see there that I've actually, well, I'll say I've qualified 5th. I'm 5th quickest. It doesn't mean I'm going to stay there. So we'll return to the pit. We're still 2 seconds off the leader. So Group C, I mean, it's hard to believe that it can be 2 seconds off when the first guy's only like 4/10, and 3 is, well, they're going quicker now. So what you'll probably find now is that when I skip to end, I'm going to be at the back. Which is a bit annoying. Anyway, I've got a different route on this. I've been messing around with my field of view for what seems like months. And the other night I was stumbled across something which made a big difference. However, I still wasn't quite happy with it. Basically, where I'm sat, I'm about 70 centimetres or 70 centimetres from my eye from the screen, and it kept saying to put my field of view in Project Cars 40, not 46, the other way around, it's higher, 75. Forgive me, I'm just trying to find out what it was now. Of course, I wrote it down. Yeah, 46, which put the, the screen of the computer or the monitor is basically the screen of the car, and the wheel and everything is kind of, from where you sat, it looks like it's part of the dashboard, which looks pretty neat. And I did try it, and it was okay. It does rely on a lot of, you need some real good false feedback. I wasn't 100%, but I could see the reasoning behind it. So what I did, I decided to go for a helmet cam, which I've been playing with now. And my field of view is now gone to 80, so it's doubled more or less. I've also included look into apex, helmet lean, camera lean, G-forces and world movement. You can also see the camera. Not the camera. You can see the helmet in your view. So what it's done is given you a little bit more of a realistic view, in my opinion. It's by no stretch easy. I think it is harder. And I'll be quite honest with you, I'm probably not as quick. And I wasn't quick anyway. So what I'm going to do here, I've done some qualifying. I'm not going to do any more. It's got 30 minutes running there, but I'm going to just go to the end. It'll probably put me at the back. I might not have done actually. Oh, there I am. I'm 15th out of 20. Oh, 20. I did take it down a bit. So 20 cars in the race. Road America. I kept getting those two confused. Road America and Road Atlanta. I know the difference in my head, the tracks, but I can never put the name to the place. So as you can see, we are 15th, and we've got a 10-lap race. I'm using my H pattern, and when you hear me blipping, that is actually me doing heel and toe. Like I say, I'm not great at it. I'm a lot better than I was. I have been practicing it. It does give you a lot of satisfaction, but again, it's probably not the quickest way around here. And I've had a few races on these, not this track, but previously, and the AI, it's a bit over ambitious. I've set the difficulty to 101 or 100. I think it's 100. It was at 102, and I found I couldn't keep up. I've put the aggression, it was at 30, and I've put that back down to 20. No, it was 28, and I'll put it to 25. I've tried to make the AI not quite as aggressive. Right, so we're going to do 10 laps. I think we're all set. So bear with. I don't know about my comms. It takes a lot of effort to get this thing round here without crashing, and the right hand bends are quite difficult because you've got the helmet there and it's tricky to see the apex. This will probably be quite good in VR, I must admit, in helmet cam. It's not everyone's cup of tea. It does muffle the sound a little bit, so that's why I've got the sound turned up. But for me, I think it's a little bit more immersive. I mean, again, it's something new. I don't normally, well, I haven't used helmet cam, but I have had in the past. Take it or leave it, to be honest. One other thing before I start, the force feedback that I've been playing around with on my Fanatic wheel, I've changed a lot. I mean, it's a minefield, it really is. But just to give you some idea, my Fanatic, the game settings here, so if you want to try them, be my guest. I've got flavour set to raw. I've got the gain at 78, the volume at 20, the tone at 96, and the FX at 60. So I'll say that again. Flavour is raw, gain is 78, volume is 20, tone is 96, and the FX are 60. Now before I start, if you're interested, on my wheel settings, sensitivity is automatic. I've got the force feedback at 100. I've got the shock at 40. I've got the ABS. It doesn't give you ABS, but I've got the ABS set at 58. I've got a funny feeling that's. Well, actually, I don't know what that is. I read about it, but I can't remember. Is it when the ABS? kicks in if it's got ABS. I don't know. I've got drift on 0, obviously. It's nothing. It's off. Brake force at 50. And the last setting on the Fanatics, the new one, the FEI, I think that's... I don't know what that is. Force something. I've looked this up previously, but I haven't looked it up since I've done this video. Anyhow, I've got that last setting at 60. It seems to work okay. It seems to be, in this car, I've tried various different cars and settings, from modern open wheelers down to historic Group 5, these, modern touring cars, front wheel drive runner. It's very, very consistent now, which it wasn't before. So I think, for what I've got, it seems pretty good. So anyway, enough of my chitter chatter. So we're going to start this race. 10 laps, Road America. I'm hoping it won't be a typical 3-lap crash fest, but you never know. I have done my own setup, which I sort of played around with, so it seems okay. So, lovely sounding car. So, ready to go. So careful to start, I think. Hopefully we can get round. First lap's always a bit dodgy. Yes, I'm running the virtual mirror, just so it helps me with the racing. So I've got the HUD on this time. So I'm trying to get on the inside of me there. A bit slow at the moment. Got good force feedback through the car. Too keen on that corner there. Just try my best to keep out of the weeds. Hasn't got much top speed, this car. God, I got severe damage. And I saw it. Right, so there we go. There's that would be the end of it, wouldn't it? Now, the end. I saw the crash as well, and I didn't even act on it. Anyway, let's restart. Let's restart that one. You won't believe how many laps I've done around here in this, and not had that. Right, let's see if we can get past the first lap again. Almost at a standstill. Trying to heel and toe as well is in itself either stupid or it's an art. and bends. Difficult to get your line, I must admit, in this view. Missed the gear change there, maybe. Wasn't the smoothest of exits. There's going to be another crash down there, I hope. Let's go down the outside. Yeah, we did. Into a groove. I'm not exactly firing on all cylinders at the moment, but you're using the clutch as well, I'd like to say. You also sense that at speed got a little bit of blur going on, sort of camera focuses ahead. I think it looks okay. Those cars do not gain on me on the straight.
Carefully go behind and try and make it fast. Think about defending.
He's swung me up. And we stalled. Typical. Come on. Let's try again. I don't want to reset it. Let you hear my driving style nevertheless. We should do a glorified practice session now, but hey ho. Fastest way around there. See if we can make some inroads, I suppose. So easy to overdrive. Feedback is sublime. I think it's probably the best it's ever been. Although I want to learn to change gear actually. A slight lean as well.
That's your best first sector so far. Nice one.
Camera sort of leaning the way that you would in the car, just to give you a little bit more immersion. Again, it's not everyone's cup of tea. Sharp when you think that could be there. So we are catching, which is not so bad. We'll see. speed. You can see the dash kind of going out of focus there.
That's your fastest first sector time.
Catching. Back in the day, these cars would have probably gone round here as well. I'm sure that should be second or third, that corner. Someone, which is good. So you might not finish last after all this.
Nice one, the UCB.
And the turbo kicks on this thing, it sort of fires you around. Quite well at the moment. Quite a satisfying car to drive actually. Right there. So easy to overdrive. Okay, a bit more speed through there then. Speed build. Past it here. Mr. Gear then. I'm not making much inroads now, he's doing the same speed as me. Tried to come back, didn't he? Oh. Look in the mirror. That's why that mirror shouldn't be there. Get rid of it. It's distracting. What's that? Break myself then. Catch the next guy now. Well, you enjoy the sound of this amazing car and my amazing footwork, or not.
far.
Trying to carry some more speed through the corners. Changing gear a bit earlier. Catching some more cars, which is good. Not a very good corner that, to be honest. Lost time there. Position 19, lap 7. Momentum up in the corners. Speed the build, here we come. Difficult right-handed this is, in this car anyway. Never quite know how fast you can go. Doesn't like curves either, so it doesn't help.
Okay, that's your best second two today.
So yes, the heel and tone is working quite well. Difficult last corner that is. Sort of falls away from you there as well a little bit. Lap 8. Lost all that time up in that last sector really, to be honest. So we can finish probably 18th maybe.
Pile on the pressure, this is great stuff. You're going to do him in the next few laps.
Sloppy around there and there. Such a hard corner that is in this vehicle. Too wide there. Two more laps. It's gone back past me again. Opportunist. Maybe not 18th then. working a straight line at me and on the brakes, but I can catch him up. Long straight to try and get past him now. Not. Woo, nearly. Amateur hour. Last lap.
Your last lap. Open the overtake. Come on, go for it.
He told me to. That wasn't really on it, was it? Go. Right, we can make
That was
a
a great move.
bit of headway.
That is your fastest first sector time. Keep it up.
Cool that time. Not a lot of grip there. Had to anticipate that. Not that. That's it. Mr. Gear as well to top it off. Here we go. So we finished 17th. I'll skip the cool down lap, I think. Well, there we go then. I wish there was a little bit more to it than that. It's like, well, that's that done. The end. And although I found that really enjoyable. So just to sort of clarify, I got 17th. My best lap, 1:55.7. I mean, we're up here. So if I'd have been further up the grid in qualifying, I'd have been in the top 4. Well, there we have it. There's your first capture for a while when we sort of actually finished the race, although we started off bad, but hey ho. So there we are, Road America in Group C. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next capture.